you've always mentioned the powers and the response.
That's right.
That's the mantra. Well, going from an 11-1 loss to an 11-2 win within an hour of each other.
Sure.
It's a pretty good response, I'd say.
Yeah.
Just talk about how good it is that your team seems to really be embracing that mantra of responding.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's what we preach, like you said, so it's been kind of instilled in the culture since last year, and they know it. And I think for us is just continuing to have a response throughout every game, and that's what I told them, after that first game. It's, we went down, we came back, Ari hit that home run, it was 2-1, we go down again, and it felt like it just kind of ended flat, and instead of having a response to that as well. And so just the response happens, it can happen after something happens, or it can be on the front end as well. So, but also just our game all year, we've talked about that you got to keep scoring runs because we're just in a high offense time in our game right now. So you can't just go down and stay down. You have to come back and fight. And so I think they took that to heart, obviously. And then in the second game, we saw a major improvement, and that they were the ones, going after it and getting it done. So, and then Saturday, we started out hot, and they responded, and we had a response, and then they responded, and we didn't have a response the last time. And so, just fighting a little bit harder at the end there. So it's literally just a battle of the response, as I feel like what this year has been.
And you talked about it. You put up 5 runs in the first 2 innings on Saturday. Talk about the positives there of seeing your team come out so quickly into that game without necessarily having to respond to it.
Yeah, it's huge. Obviously Romero homers, Ari doubles, Elizabeth doubles, Meggers doubles. That's exactly what you want them to do, and they're all capable of that. And I think that's the exciting part about our offense is our hitters just keep getting better, and they keep putting in the work. So to see it come out and have some result on the other side, I hope it encourages them to get back after it and stay in the cages and stay with the process because they have it in them. And that is exciting to see. Like I said, the last 2 innings, we fell a little bit short there in our at-bats, and I think we could have done a better job just where we were at in the order. But continuing to learn, and that's what we talked about after Saturday's game. It's, take some accountability. How could you have done better for the team in this moment? And it's not to feel bad about it, but just to learn and to keep growing. And ultimately, that's what we have left in this, last stretch of games. It's like we have to keep responding. Otherwise, we're not going to be successful. So.
And what's it going to take to be able to finish games like that, where you guys start off red hot, but in the last 2 innings, that's where it kind of fell apart? What's it going to take to be able to finish games out like that this season?
Everyone needs to do their job. It needs to do their job in the circle. We need to do our job on defense. We need to keep going on offense. I think the offense has carried us all year. That's no secret. And you're not always going to have your best day offensively. So the other 2 areas need to step up in those moments and shut the door. And I think that they realize that. And I think this was probably our hardest loss all year just because, you have it until you don't. So I hope it stung a little bit and gives them a little bit of a sour taste in their mouth that they don't want it to happen again.
And can you explain why teams keep pitching to Ari? That's 4 straight ball games with a homer. She has a double in there. Just talk about how special it is to see her success, especially of late, not getting a homer until 12 games in. Now she has, I think, 12 in the last whatever.
Yeah.
Just talk about how special it's been to see her grow in terms of power.
Yeah, so special. She continues to do the work, though, and that's the thing. If you would watch Ari in the cages, you would never know that she's, a home run hitter by any means. She's not in there trying to hit home runs. Just in there working on her craft, getting on time, learning to hit different pitches well. And I think that is what makes her so dynamic is that she can hit the high, she can hit the low. She's very long and lanky, so she just has a bigger strike zone and the ability to cover the plate a little bit better. So she's tough to pitch to.
And the fact that she's only a sophomore doing this, seeing this success, kind of being one of those leaders on the team, at the plate, and then also in the dugout. Because every time it seems like there's something good happening, Ari's right there to cheer on her teammate. How does that help the other girls, especially since you have so many new faces, really buying of, hey, she's only been here for 2 years. If I kind of keep on with the process, I can end up like her and see that.
It's big. I think that we rely on Ari a lot, and she's continuing to grow into that leadership role. And as a coach, continuing to stand with her and challenge her and support her as she, navigates that. It's not easy to be a leader in the culture of the world today, because everybody wants to fit in. And so it's my biggest message to them is that they need to stand firm and be different, and hold the standard. And that's what we talk about no matter the circumstances, is holding the standard. And that's something that she is continuing to learn throughout the season, no matter if she's doing well or not, to hold that standard for herself and for her teammates. So excited to continue to watch her grow the rest of the season, and then obviously into next year. It's great. It's great that we get her back. It's great that she's still young. It's amazing to see such improvement from her freshman to her sophomore year, and just incredibly proud of her.
Have you ever seen a ball go over the scoreboard like that?
I don't know. Here, I don't know. Maybe once.
And then if you're looking ahead, North Texas, you already played them this season. They're coming here. What are you looking to see from your team after your last series, and then as well as the last time you took on the Mean Green, aka Epidemics, alma mater?
Yeah, a response. I'm looking for a response. So I think it's awesome that we get to play a midweek before we go into Southern Utah this weekend, and it's a great opportunity for them to just show up and get some work in, every single one of them, and individually have a response, but as a team have a response. So I look for big things tomorrow, and then obviously pushing us into this weekend. It's a huge series for us. Just can give us a little bit of a gap if we do what we need to do and take care of business on the road, and that's really what we need right now. And we're up against the wall, so backs are against the wall, and again, how are they going to respond to that?
And first out-of-state WAC series, but no stranger to travel. I mean, you've already been to Utah a couple times this season.
Sure.
How has that kind of travel and the ability to not have to worry about what the scheduling is and all those external factors, how has that prepared you guys, and do you think it'll help having no distractions to kind of finally secure that first series win?
Yeah, absolutely. They love to travel, so they're excited about it, excited to get on the road. Most of our team has never been to Southern Utah, so it'll be a new experience. Southern Utah's a new field, so for myself, it'll be fun to get to see that. I have not played a series at Southern Utah this will be my first time in 4 years, and then before that when I was like a player way back in the day. So it'll be nice to play there, just because it's too cold, so we have to play in St. George. So it'll be nice to actually stay in Cedar City and get to play there and experience that, and see the mountains and all the good things. So looking forward to it and excited to see them play.